Firstly, don't even know, am I supposed to be looking at the camera, above the camera? I'm not sure on that one. Also film this on my iPad because I have any filming skills. Anyway, I thought I'd introduce myself. I mean, this is so humbling. I probably don't know, may not even upload this, but for ages and ages, probably like 10 years, especially like with like Zoe Sir, I've always wanted to do YouTube, and I was like, no, that's so embarrassing, stop. But then when I saw people like Emma Chamberlain, or people like Mighty Grace Jepsen on TikTok, and obviously Emma on YouTube, I'm like, oh, we love a comedy queen, like, and it kind of inspired me to start it. But then I still got embarrassed, and I was like, I could barely talk to my mother, let alone scream. But it'll probably be really humbling, so I'll probably get like 0 likes and like 20 hate comments. But I'm used to it because I get it in life anyways. I was gonna say something and then I forgot. This is what happens all the time. I just get mind blanks, just like all the time. This is probably really awkward because I don't know how this is gonna go, and so I feel like I don't want to say the wrong thing. But my name is Gabs. I'm 22 years old. Birthday is 2nd of September. Please remember it because not a lot of people remember my birthday. And it's kind of sad. I'm from Cardiff. I'm in my 3rd year of uni. And this is kind of why I'm starting this, to do with uni, because I've got 6 months left and I'm going back to uni tomorrow after Christmas, and I don't want to go back. Like, I've dreaded it so much. But even like, I didn't want to open my advent calendar at Christmas because that was me counting down the days of going back, and I just don't want to go back at all. But that's like, I'll get back to that. Wait a minute, I need to write something down so I don't forget for further on. So I actually don't know where I was, because my dog was barking, but I feel like I have to be quick now because my dad's on his way home, and I feel socially awkward speaking when other people are in the room. Or in the house for that matter. I've written some really good stuff, but like, I don't know how long it's going to take me. Let me just see how far I can get before he comes. So, by the way, this is going to be so incoherent. This is going to be this is going to be so not a coherent video, but then at least it should show you like that I'm just not a coherent person. So with friends, like, I feel like because I don't know how to speak to people, I have about 4 friends. First of all, what am I going to do like on my hen do and wedding when it comes to bridesmaids? Because none of them know each other. Like, and I don't want to go clubbing. I just want to like go to a spa and like eat a scone. So, like, I'll be like, hey guys, like, what do you guys want to talk about? Like, I just wouldn't know what to say. But also, what if I ask people to be my bridesmaid and they say no? But also, who do you invite to a hen do? Is it just your besties? Do you invite your auntie? Do you invite like? Do you invite all the girls that are going to your wedding, or like, what do you do? I mean, I don't even have a boyfriend yet, so why am I even asking that question? But with friends, I just feel like, not that they're shallow, because it's not the friends, like, it's the friendship. Because like, it's taken so long in my life to have proper deep-rooted friends. Even now I feel like I've got friends, like, stuff that's happened to me like even like 5 years ago that has made me me. I feel like I can't just like go and tell them like, oh, by the way, like, my nan called me ugly when I was 15, or like, I don't know, stuff that like upset me, or like has caused me to be the person that I am today, because like it happened like 5 years ago. But then also because they haven't seen that like vulnerable version of me, and now I don't know how to unlock that when I see friends. Like, if something now happens, I feel like I can't tell any of my friends, and so I just feel like there's a sense of shallowness. But like I said, it's not them. I know it's me, but like, I don't want to like send people away because I'm too negative. But also, it really upsets me because I see people go on like holidays with their friends, like even like cute trips to Cornwall, or people do like days out, or people go to like a concert. I literally just have like 1 hour slots with my friends where we go for coffee, and I'm not the one who makes these slots. I'm like, am I that boring? Like, will I always be not just friends, but like in general? When I see people, I'm like, will I always be a side character? Will I always just be I see you once a year for an hour, and like you wouldn't care if you didn't see me again? And this isn't just friends, like this is everyone. And also, this is not negative to people. Like, this is just questioning like if there's something wrong with me, and like what I need to do to like develop my relationships with people. But also with that, because I've been very much on my own, I don't trust a lot of people. Like, I'd rather have a small circle, and I just feel like people don't always respect that. Like, for example, like I'll always be civil, and I'll always talk to people, and I'll always like have a laugh with someone. But like, just because I've laughed with you and asked you what the maths question was, that doesn't mean that we were besties. That just means that we were acquaintances that got on. It's like, and then like I've been on like an unfollow spree on Instagram, and I unfollowed like 1,000 people because I was like, I don't speak to these people anymore. Or even if I like you, if you've got 0 posts, I won't be following you. And it's not like, I really hate this thing on TikTok when it's like, oh well, if you've unfollowed someone but you haven't removed them, like, why are you acting like a celebrity? I'm like, I'm not. Like, I'm not removing you because I don't have beef. Like, I have no issue if we speak. I have no issue if you see my content, and I'd happily see your content, but you've got 0 posts. So like, why am I following you? If you like, you could literally be the queen, but if you get 0, I mean, I know the queen's not here anymore, but if there was a point where like the royal Instagram was deleted and they had 0 posts, I don't follow them. And I just feel like there needs to be so much like consideration. Like, it's not always beef. Like, I've unfollowed people just because I haven't spoken to them in ages. Like, even if we spoke at school, like, we were never like close. Or like, and here's the thing, like, just because something is a small setting, that doesn't mean that you also have to be close with everyone. Like, this is also something that I struggle with at college. Like, I'd rather just have like 2 or 3 really close friends, and that doesn't mean I dislike anyone else. That doesn't mean that I beef with anyone else, because I don't. Like, I still really respect them all, and I still love them all, and I've still had great times with them. But like, I'm very specific with who I tell my things to. And so like, yeah, my private story has 6 people. Like, it's not that deep if you're not on it. Like, if I'm not on your story, I don't deep it. There was this one time, I don't even know if it was at school or college, where everyone was on this person's private story except me. And even though it hurt me, I didn't confront them because it's not my business. Actually, I mean, I just feel like don't confront someone. Like, not that anyone's done it at college, because no one has, but I just feel like in life, like, people might confront you about that kind of stuff. And I'm like, there was this girl who like I was really close with at school, and like all of a sudden she just stopped speaking to me, and I haven't seen her in like 2 years, and she hasn't spoken to me in 2 years, but she still follows me and does everything. And then there was someone else who stopped talking to me and followed me on every like social media platform, and I didn't bring it up because I'm like, that's their business. Like, march on, babe. Like, either like, I mean, I don't think I've done anything, because I'm hoping they would have said. And if they haven't said, then realistically, like, it was never a friendship that was going to work if like they're not able to express stuff like that. But also, like, those 2 people who I was friends with, like, if we ever had problems, like, we would say, and it was never on, it was never confrontation. So now I'm like, if there was an issue, I knew it would have been said in a respectful way, and there was nothing said. So I'm like, well, I don't think I've done anything wrong. But they just stopped speaking to me. But I didn't confront them, because I'm like, that's their choice. And even though it might be painful and it might hurt, it kind of shows that they were never really supposed to be in your life if that's what they've done. That doesn't mean they're a bad person. That also just means that you weren't meant to cross each other's paths. And even though like that can be painful, like, hopefully at some point, like, the pain like goes away. Like, because there's people that like unfollow me and now don't speak to me. I'm like, it did upset me, but now I've gotten over it. But I just feel like not everything needs confrontation. Not everything needs to be an issue. Like, if someone has decided to do that, just let them march on. However, if they wanted to start speaking again and want to like rekindle their friendship, I'd also be happy to do that. Like, it's just easy to just stay neutral, like, with people. There's no point in going, oh well, they've unfollowed me, so that's beef. Unfollow me, fine. Follow me back, fine. Like, do you know what I mean? And I just feel like because I want to have a small circle and because I've been hurt a lot in my life, I'd rather only follow like 300 people on Instagram. And like at college, like there's only 20 of us, but just because there's 20 of us doesn't mean that we're going to be close with every single one. And it's like when I leave and I want to continue to have a small circle, like there might be people that I unfollow, and again, they haven't done anything wrong. Like I just want to keep my circle small because I get really overwhelmed following too many people on Instagram. But then I just know that there's probably going to be like confrontation or beef if I do, and I'm like, if any of you watch this, like I love and respect you all. Like I'm just too overwhelmed to want to follow every single person that I know in life. Like I just want to follow the people that I know I'm going to speak to on a daily basis. And if I don't speak to on a daily basis, that also doesn't mean anything bad. Like you're just not my vibe, and that's nothing wrong. Like you say things to your friends that you wouldn't say to me. So and I say things to my friends that I wouldn't say to you. That automatically means that we're not close. And if we're not close, I'm probably gonna unfollow you, and it's not that deep. Sorry, my dad's. Sorry, I have to write things down. Like I've literally got like a list because I'm forgetful. So if you see me looking at something, it's my phone. So let me just like tell you about me so you know who I am before like I rant about my life. Well, I've got hobbies on my list, but I don't know if I really have any hobbies. I enjoy singing, watching Motherland, and eating a box of chocolates. I'm boring. Like, you know how people go, oh, I love hiking, I love surfing, I love baking. I'm like, I can't do any of that. Don't have the stamina or the patience. So I actually love, like, my hobby would be maladaptive daydreaming in my bed. Like, that's just me. I like to journal and meditate because I'm a peaceful queen. So that my anxiety doesn't escalate. So at the moment, I'm obviously my third year of uni. I do musical theatre. I enjoy musical theatre. Well, I love it, but I don't like the college. It's very negative. It's very not for me. There's a lot of things that have gone on in the college that I probably won't say now, but I might if I become more like if I get more of an actual base of people who watch this, I might explain. But I'm like, I don't want to go too deep too quickly. And the thing is, I actually started TikTok ages ago during COVID, thinking that like I was Charli D'Amelio. Even though I literally can't dance. So I just feel like it's quicker to get views and quicker to get a base. But then like number one, I wasn't getting anywhere, and number two, like I'm more of a long video person, like doing like 20-15 minutes rather than like 2 minutes because I can't get all my thoughts in. But also I just feel like too many people know me on TikTok, whereas if I start afresh on YouTube, people who follow me, if that happens, it'll be genuine, not oh I have to follow you because like I know you. And also like I won't be as embarrassed saying things because like it's not a definite for people I know are going to see it, and if people do see it, like that's probably because they wanted to see it rather than like, oh I have to watch it because she's already popped up on my screen. But I wanted to do this also because I feel like we're being told like at college to have a side hustle just in case like performing doesn't go right straight away. By the way, I'm a singer actor, definitely not a dancer, and I know that for a fact. Where was I? So I want to go into TV and film. I would love to do film musicals. I also straight acting, filming musicals, something that I really want to do. And then also a bit of theatre as well. So yeah, but like I feel like those people are good at crafts, good at like, or they're good enough at dancing that they could like make their own dance school. Like I know that I wouldn't be able to go into teaching the performing arts because I don't feel like I'm good enough for myself. I would never teach dance. And singing and acting, even if I feel like I'm at a somewhat goodish level, which I'm not, but even if I was, I just still don't feel like I could teach it. So I don't know what I would do if I didn't perform. I was going to say performing is my life, that's really cringy, but I'm the thing is, I'm just not good at anything. Performing or not, I'm literally trash at everything. So I'm like, maybe I can talk instead. Maybe that'll get me somewhere. Sorry, I make awkward faces because I don't know how to talk to people. Also on the subject of uni and how like I'm nervous. Like basically you have to start a dissertation, and I thought it was on any 2,000 words, so I did mine on my literature review. Smashed it out of the park. I thought slay. I've read the criteria about 10 times, printed it out, highlighted it, voice recorded myself saying it and listening to it, still got it wrong. Looked at it yesterday. What was the criteria? Write your introduction. Fuck. Have I done that? No. And then I cried. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I emailed my teacher, and then she said, it's okay, like you can submit that, but also submit the intro whenever you can. So now I've got to do that as well. And there's not a lot of time at college, and I'm just really stressed. But it's like, it's okay to be stupid, because I am. It's okay to make mistakes. Like, even if other people don't make those mistakes, like, that doesn't mean that, like, your reason for making a mistake isn't valid. But I don't know why. Like, it's not like I didn't read the criteria. I've fucking read it so many times, and I just can't retain stuff. Like, my sense of direction's really bad. I can't retain things. My memory's awful. Even when I'm speaking to myself, I forget halfway through what I'm speaking about. But that's another reason why I want to start YouTube, is I talk to myself so often, and sometimes I actually come up with like really philosophical stuff. I'm like, maybe other people want to hear this too, so that they know that like they're not on their own kind of thing. Guys, I actually really hate the way I look on camera. I really hate it. By the way, I know that was bad singing and it wasn't in tune. Anyway, get to know me. My favourite programmes are Simple Life, Motherland, Filming like things like Miranda, Modern Family, your bog standard sitcoms. But yeah, Motherland at the moment, I could just rewatch. Twilight Dance Moms, but I feel like now I have to be in the mood for it. Yeah, like so that's that. Favourite films are I love Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom, but I like most of them except the Crystal Skull. That can go away. The Love Punch, Spy, and Matilda. Favourite musicals, don't ask because I could go on forever, but basic, but I love Matilda and Wicked and Hairspray. I like Wild Party, but that's quite niche, I think. I don't know if anyone would know what that is. But also with uni, I'm scared because like I'm such an awkward person. Like I live in a host house, and I feel like I'm too nervous to even go downstairs and like make pasta. Like I literally get raging anxiety going downstairs to make pasta, because I've kind of lived my life like very much on my own. Like I live with my grandma, who's like never there. Like I'm used to just living in silence, and so then when people speak to me, I actually low-key didn't know how to respond. So there's that. I mean, I feel like I'm very different compared to a lot of people at college. Like I'm quite quiet, like I'm quite introverted, and I feel like people get offended by that sometimes, and that doesn't make them bad people. But also, they've got to understand that doesn't make me a bad person. Like, if I don't want to share certain information, or like, I don't want to go to every single like social event, because I don't like clubbing. I don't like partying. I like hot chocolate tasting and like eating pizza. I think because I've lived with my grandma all my life, I've like low-key become a 22-year-old grandma. Music-wise, sorry, this is so chaotic. I am a chaotic person. Music-wise, I love Adele. She's like my number one fave. Lady Gaga, Nicki Minaj, Celine Dion. The foundations of music. But sorry, I keep saying all these reasons without actually like doing them coherently, and I won't be able to edit them together because I don't know how to edit. But like another reason why I started this, because like I said, I've been umming and ahhing for ages. I kept saying no, I'm not going to do it. But then when I did my vision board on New Year's Eve, because I love a vision board, I put YouTube on there. Thought nothing of it, but then every day, like in my head, keep having like start YouTube, and I'm like, if it goes wrong, it goes wrong. Like if if I do it for like 2 weeks and I get like 0 views, then I might stop. Or I might just do it just because I want to and just see how it goes. Or if I don't like it, at least I know that I tried. But yeah, like I just kind of wanted to do this to show like it's okay to be nervous about going back to uni. Like I literally cry and have panic attacks every day, whether or not I'm at uni. Like uni for me is such a negative experience, but like that doesn't mean that you hate your course. Like I love my course, I just don't like the way it's run and I don't like the environment. And I just feel like if you're a nervous person, people just automatically don't want to work with you. And I'm like, well, doing that just enhances my nervousness. And there were a lot of teachers at college that are not very nice, and they've made my anxiety worse. And now I'm scared because going back this term, obviously I've already fucked up my first part of the dissertation, so don't know how that's gonna go. What Asian panel, I don't know what to sing because everything I sing just sounds bad. Vocal reels, don't know what to do for that. Headshots, one was very ugly, and as well with Asian panel, like what if I don't get signed? Because people keep saying to me like outside of like college, or like what will you do like if you don't get signed? Like what will you do? I'm like, babe, like I'll cry. I know rejection is normal, but as long as I get seen and I have auditions, at least at the starting point, like that'll be enough knowing that like I'm getting seen. But if I don't get any auditions, I low-key will get offended. And it's really humbling, like telling people outside of like the performing arts industry, like, oh yeah, like, I didn't get into this school, or yeah, I didn't get this audition. But it's a bit like they might have like a tainted view of you and your talent when actually like not getting an audition is a lot more complicated than like you couldn't hit the note. But yeah, I think because I'm such a different person to a lot of people at college, like my anxiety is so high. Like yeah, it's just such a negative experience, and like I've got 6 months left, but like I'm gonna dread every single day, but I don't want to dread 6 months more. Like that's a long time. That's half a year that I'm dreading and I'm wasting. But I don't know what else to do. I did think of transferring to a couple of schools, but they either didn't do my course or they weren't doing transfers. So yeah, I'm really nervous, and I just kind of wanted to document that, like to kind of show that like it's okay to be nervous about what you're doing, and to kind of bring you along on my 6 months left to see like if anything happens, but also to distract myself because sometimes I get so nervous that that's all I can focus on is my anxiety. Whereas I feel like if I have something else to focus on at YouTube, hopefully like it'll take it away. But like, be prepared to always see me in like dressing gown vibes. Like I'm never gonna be like makeuped up because I never wear makeup. Like I'm still using bronzer that I got for like my 12th birthday. Like I just don't do makeup. On the subject of friends, like for me, right, like because I've lived with my grandma and she's never really been there, and like I don't really have, I feel really bad saying I don't have the best immediate family. There's some people in my family who are great, but like my dad's been like on and off in the scene. I haven't lived with my mum for a very long time, like so, and I'm an only child, so I'm very much used to living my life in silence. Yeah, and I don't always enjoy living my life in silence, but because I've been silent all my life, like it sounds so stupid, like I don't know how to speak. Like I don't know how to have a conversation. Like I'll quite happily go on a walk with someone and just not talk, and then they probably think that like I'm really weird. But I'm like if you start the conversation, I'll talk to you happily. But like I don't know how to talk. Wait a second, my dog's barking. Sorry, my dad came upstairs and I get too socially awkward to speak when other people are in my vicinity. So now I keep getting more out. Yeah, I feel like in life I've been made to feel introverted, and then I've kind of become that way. And then the more people make comments, the more introverted I'm gonna get. And by the way, this isn't college, like this is just like general life. Like I can walk up to someone, I'm like, oh, you're like a ghost, you're so quiet, didn't even know you were there. Or like, oh, like I would have forgotten you. Like I don't know. My mum said this or something. Like, oh, like you're so easy to forget. I'm like, oh, okay. In the words of Trisha Paytas, oh, okay. So that makes me just not want to speak even more. But on the subject of peace, like if people don't want to protect your peace, if people don't like the fact they're trying to protect your peace, then they never really knew you. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. But like people don't understand like how much thought it takes to want to protect your peace. Like it takes a lot of strength. And even on Instagram, like I'm following like people, I felt really bad. There were some people who have done nothing wrong, but like I just haven't spoken to them in like 3 years. Like so this, and I know I'm not going to speak to them again just because the only time I spoke to them was because we were at school together. So I'm following them like isn't that deep. But like I actually feel really bad. But at the same time, I feel really overwhelmed, like having 3,000 people on my feed. So yeah. I feel like this video is really chaotic, and also I'm really nervous that I've spoken about Carnage because I don't want, if people do see this, I don't want people to see it the wrong way, and I also don't want the teachers at college to hate me. But I think that is what's making me exorbitantly nervous. And like, I want to show that like it's okay to like, even in your third year, it's okay to not know like how to feel or like what to do or what to say. Sorry, my dad's opened the fucking door again. I don't know where he's going. I'm gonna speak slightly quietly. I don't know where he is. This is my family is so fragmented and so like broken that I literally feel nervous speaking with them hearing me. But with these videos, I don't know what the topics are going to be. I don't know if I'm going to be doing vlogging or just ranting. I don't know, and I don't know like how often is it, if it's going to be every day, every week, every term. I don't know, like just when I feel like it, I suppose. And it also depends on how this goes. Like if this video gets 0 views, I might be too humbled and like not do anything. But like I know this is not going to be like get ready with me. This is not going to be like skincare. Like I'm so lazy with skincare. I just do face cream once a day and that's it. Like I literally got skincare for Christmas. I got a box of like face cream and I'm nervous. I'm stressed because I now have to use it all. And I'm overwhelmed by the amount of skincare I now have to use. Like I don't know how these retinal kids do it. But also these videos are gonna be like really raw because like I don't know how to edit, I don't know how to cut, I don't know how to use music or do an intro. So it's probably so boring and so useless. Watch me get 0 views and like or like 10 views and 10 hate comments, I don't know. I was gonna show you running my bath, but now that people are home, I'm too nervous to do that. So see you now or never.